everyone. I am recording this video and specifically to respond to Sanjay, who kindly asked a question about the book Tantric Kali. Very unexpected question. He wants me to talk about it. I'm not sure exactly what it is that you wish me to talk about, Sanjay, but here I am with the book in hand, and I will try to cover as much as I can. I have already posted a video about this, believe it or not, 4 years ago. So if you scroll in my videos somewhere, you'll find it, a nice little summary. Sanjay's question is partially asking where I got this book from. While it is available on Amazon, if you look on there, you will find it. I personally got it from Science and Non-Duality Conference in San Jose in 2017. It was on sale there. And because there was a whole section for the writings of Daniel Odier, who is a Kashmir Tantra teacher. He's really well known. I actually got to do a couple of workshops with him while I was training with Shiva Ray. She had him as a guest, and he offered several meditations that were pretty powerful, none of which are in this specific book. Now, I don't know that I want to repeat myself about archetypes and why I love this book, and it was the inspiration behind the meditations that I do when I'm working with one-on-one and doing the painting process. I just love the visualizations that the meditations on the elements provide in this book. What I would like to say is that I have actually not read this book in some time. When I first got to California, I offered a few workshops and some of these meditations specifically in this book, but then it kind of fell out and I wasn't offering any more Tantra practices. So I haven't really immersed myself in the teachings in some time just because of life's distractions. But thank you for reminding me of this book. This book is really sacred to me. I've let go of so many books, but happily, this one's still with me. And my books are still here. They're just not visible in this setting. So I still have books, which is kind of a good thing, because there is a chance I would have lost all of them because of so much moving. Anyway, back to the book. Tantric Kali, Kali Ma. There is a specific meditation in here that I would love to get back into. And I hinted at it last time, I believe, and never really got to share it. But if you do purchase the book, you will find it. It is on page 41. Kali in the Dark Forest is the name of the meditation. And I don't know if I should read it. There's like 12 parts to it. But mostly what this is doing is it's allowing the practitioner to dissolve anger and pent-up emotions about certain individuals that they feel have hurt them in some way or the other. And I think this is a really powerful practice because we're just not actually acting on something. We're just kind of visualizing sort of like how to describe it. I don't want to say like a karmic thing, but it's almost like you're retrieving your power back, like taking back your sovereignty in some way. So I really appreciate the reminder about this specific book, because this is a meditation that I need to do pretty much every day moving forward. And perhaps I will read this meditation. And if you wanted to follow along and meditate, I would be curious to see what your experience is afterwards. So if you wanted to share in the comments, I would love to hear back. So you're just going to come to a meditative place and just kind of settle into your seat. Take a few deep inhales and exhales from the mouth, preferably, as it helps the body completely drop and relax. And just bringing your attention into the moment, into the space that you're in. And then we'll start right away to visualize. You're going to imagine that you are Kali, beautiful, adolescent, overflowing with untamed power. Your skin is black or midnight blue, naked, supple, a huntress, all senses on full alert. You brandish your cleaver. You are like a tigress, nose to the wind, in order to sniff out the presence of a potential victim. You move through the dark forest with a light step, softly. When you begin to feel your untamed strength mounting, you stoke it to incandescence by remembering, one after the other, all those people who have made you suffer in your life. They are going to appear in the forest, the cruelest ones first. As soon as you feel their presence, violence rises up in you. Your lips draw back, your power increases, and you run toward your first victim. When your victim sees you, she is stricken with panic. You savor the moment before cutting her to pieces. Each one of your victims merits individual treatment. Some you just slice in two, others get chopped into tiny pieces. As pieces fall to the ground, you stride through them, rushing on to your next victim. The more the trail of victims lengthens, the more your savagery explodes. You control nothing, pure expression of violence. At first, you will have some difficulty letting your energy explode, but little by little, just like the mythological Kali, you are swept along. A moment will come when you have killed all those who hurt you, and you will feel the energy begin to swing back. At that moment, you leave the dark forest and discover a very beautiful valley. It's nighttime with stars and moonlight, the Himalayas, a beautiful lake. The placid surface of the lake attracts you, and you walk toward it. Your body becomes calm. You arrive near the lake, and slipping into the cool water, all traces of blood are washed away. Sweetness overcomes you little by little. You drop your cleaver and begin to feel a deep relaxation in the muscles that were tensed in violence. Your body becomes so light that the energy of the water propels it to the surface. You float, arms and legs crossed, watching with deep happiness the crescent moon the snowy peaks, the stars. Your breathing becomes soft and subtle. You are in harmony with earth and sky, water and space. Suddenly, among the stars, all the fragments that you cut up appear. They float for a moment in the midnight blue sky and then rain down into the lake. As soon as the body fragments touch the water, they become light and luminous. They float around you like constellations. Little by little, the fragments come together and the bodies reform. You no longer feel the slightest animosity or the slightest tension. The bodies assemble in the same place as you, their feet and hands touching. They form a circle around you. A mandala is created with you at its center. You understand that the beings who made you suffer are victims and that they had no other language available to them. You understand that all violence comes from frustration. You can no longer hold anything against them. On the contrary, such a force of love circulates between you and them that umbilical cords spring out of your navel and attach you to the navel of each person in this first circle. You nourish them with your love and knock down the transmission of violence. There is not even forgiveness, just understanding of the chain of violence that you have just broken. You have become the Kali of infinite love. Once you understand that your aggressors are victims, a second circle forms, made up of those who brought suffering to those who were violent toward you. From the first circle, umbilical cords bring nourishment to the second circle. More circles form. In this way, you can create 5 of them in a magnificent mandala that floats in the midnight blue sky. The chain of violence is broken. Slowly taking a deep inhale, bringing yourself back into your body, into the space that you're in, and opening the eyes. And I would love to hear from you about your experience with this. It says here that you can do this over and over, and little by little, this practice will eradicate your most violent instincts. So I can think of a lot of people right now who could use this meditation in the world today. So perhaps share it around, let people know about it, especially if they're exhibiting lots of anger and violence. It could be helpful to us right now. All right. I don't know what else to share from here. I just kind of went with one of my favorites. There's plenty more in this book. There's also meditations on the 8 chakras. There's a practice for the heart. There's a lot of rituals and sacred union, even descriptions. And I will be studying again in here. Hopefully I can bring you some more insights about this tiny little beautiful book. I can see all my underlinings and highlightings from years ago, and probably more to come. All right, I'd love to hear from everyone, whoever's inspired, to share your experience with the meditation, and do repeat this daily. I think this is a great daily practice. All right, everyone, please let me know if you have any other questions, and I'm hoping to bring you chapter 3, summary of chapter 3 in my book real soon. Bye. Bye bye. Until next time.